Welcome back to another edition of Laying It Down. It is March 23rd on a Tuesday. Kylo started to drink water right as I hit the record button. But we are back from a weekend together with the boys. We were saying before we hit record, more alcohol than water was consumed. But here we are.
More beds than footsteps. A lot. It was a lot, man.
We're thriving.
We made it through, though. I think all of us, came out positive, came out on the other end, feeling great. There were some lulls. There were some bad points. Saturday afternoon, I don't think anybody we were with had won a bet. So that was a rough stretch there. And then Oral, man. Oral saved the day. Oral Roberts.
Love Oral. Some listeners would say, wow, you guys were all together. Be a good opportunity to do a live podcast. But we decided we wanted to just enjoy our time together, not hit the record button.
It would have been a real slow Sunday morning podcast, an hour before tip off of the next game. And we had that Baylor game, we should have live streamed that because that was
electric.
Yeah,
it was.
The living room was electric.
Fire.
For that
one.
That team could rain threes, and Nova's actually looking a little healthy. So that's a game of the weekend coming up.
Yeah. So we'll get to some more March Madness, NFL free agency, because there was a ton of signings. So it's been a minute since we touched on that. And I would say this is the first March Madness that I can remember that I'm currently positive. So
a lot of game left. Positive vibes only.
Our listener bracket, Sloth's second entrance is currently in first place. And Scout
I was the first one in there. You saw me with two.
Bringing up the rear.
Yep.
Making the listeners feel good. That's what I'm here for.
I'd like to say though, I'm not feeling good because my final is Arkansas versus Alabama. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, but Arkansas is gonna have to beat Gonzaga, and Gonzaga is good at it.
They're very good. We saw that today. And
you said what was your final?
Arkansas, Alabama.
E-Hall.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, Gonzaga's a wagon. Get on board.
And YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. We're there. Follow us. Subscribe. Download the podcast. Like if you're on a plane and you're like, wow, I forgot to just set us to auto download, and then you'll have stuff ready to go. That happened to me on the plane. Not that I did that. I didn't do that with us, but a different podcast. Where do you guys want to start? Free agency, March Madness? We're just firing from the hip tonight.
Yeah, we can start on March Madness because we've been talking about it.
All right. Like you said, Oral Roberts, big surprise. Do you have has a favorite player of yours emerged, favorite team, any of that? I don't know.
I guess Oral Roberts is the country's favorite team right
Cinderella.
Now. So, the shades of Florida Gulf Coast, as they say.
Yeah.
Let's see who else. Let's run through some of the teams here. Said Gonzaga smoked Oklahoma again today. Gonzaga and Creighton. Creighton kind of surprised me. Apparently they came into the tournament a little weak. That was everybody's favorite upset. USC, Kansas. We'll see who comes out on top there. Iowa. What the hell? Oregon showed up, man. Iowa, you got to play D. You can't.
They couldn't cover anybody.
Dude, I watched a couple of minutes of that game. Their whole offense is grab the make basket and just throw it down and just hope that they beat the defense down there. It's the lamest offense I've ever seen, and I'm so happy they lost. Fraudulent 2 seed. Yeah, that's terrible basketball. LSU choked.
They did.
Michigan, any thoughts there? Any other?
I live bet Michigan plus 1.5 when they were down 6 or so. So I don't know. I've seen that little point guard Michigan has with the fro, and he makes me angry watching him. So I gotta pick him. I got to be on his side. You know what I mean? Because he's just
you don't want to bet against. Yeah, It's like the mullet dude for
Exactly.
Baylor. He can't. If you see the mullet guy come out and you bet against Baylor, you know you're screwed.
Yeah, you're gonna. Those are the type of guys that make you throw stuff at the TV.
Yeah, like the Loyola Chicago stash.
Yeah,
that guy.
with the big gap in between his teeth.
They're killing it.
Yeah,
killing it.
So
the Gonzaga guy has the whatever you want to call that going.
Fu Manchu, right?
Yeah, the Fu Manchu. That's amazing. Sloth, great call on
His
you.
last name's Timmy too.
For UCLA, by the way.
And the announcer goes, Timmy. Every time he gets a rebound, I was watching the game today. Hey, a good call on what? Oh, UCLA?
UCLA.
Oh, yeah, duh. These guys have been trying to fade my picks here and there, but we've been going streaking here. We've been throwing some winners in the chat.
Yeah. And I wish we could just do everybody together watching games at the same time, because it's just way more fun than
the room's lit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although
I love Baylor now just because
we have a couple of assholes though. I mean, we did all ride. What did we have?
The first game?
Yeah, it was.
We all had Baylor.
No.
Before that,
Friday night. What do we all have? West Virginia?
We had. It was the Villanova game. We had. Was it Winthrop plus 10.5?
Yeah, and we got that, and we all won by a half point.
Yeah.
Like
that was
of
good.
course we have the assholes, you know, Scout and BK who always seem to you guys always took the opposite. I feel like you guys had a couple opposite of the room picks.
No, not me.
Oh yeah, you rode with everybody the whole time.
BK's a big. I'm gonna take whoever.
Shout out to listener Mo for that tweet tagging us all on that.
Yeah, Mo.
That was really funny.
Yeah, that was good.
It was a good one. Keeping it moving. Georgetown smoked.
We knew they were frauds.
Yeah, that was a fraudulent team in there. Colorado then, of course, gets smoked by Florida State today, though, so whatever. Alabama, wagon.
Yeah, they're crushing.
Not even out of competition. Yeah, I mean, and then they get to play UCLA. I think they probably crush them too. So, moving into the South, Baylor, wagon. Baylor's a strong one seed. It's them and Gonzaga. I think those are the one seeds that end up probably making the Final Four. I said Villanova would have to play the best game of their life, I think, to beat Baylor after beating Winthrop in North Texas. I think they're getting a little gassed.
Yeah, dude. Mitchell locks up.
He does. 45 from Baylor.
He's unbelievably quick.
That dude loves defense.
That team gets in your face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dude, the high press, they were a lot of fun to watch. That 3 at the half by number 10, that was lit.
Yeah.
Let's see, Texas Tech lost to Arkansas. I mean, nothing really crazy there. 6 beats 11, 3 beats 14.
Yep.
We'll see what they have. But Arkansas's got Oral Roberts. Florida or Ohio State took them to overtime, choked it away. 15-point favorites. That's surprising. I don't know. The Big Ten.
Bad showing.
Bad showing. They got Michigan. They only have Michigan left, right?
Yeah, Rutgers lost too.
1 seed, so.
Yeah, not good.
No.
Florida blew a huge lead to Oral Roberts too, and then boom, they're out. So, all right, last little bracket here. Illinois losing to Loyola Chicago.
Sister G.
Which people are saying that team was underseeded. Like they should have actually been like a 5 or something like that.
Loyola
Chicago. Yeah, apparently they're like 22-4 or something like that.
It's an 8 versus a 12. They're versing a 12 seed in the Sweet 16. Oregon State. So
Oregon State's hot.
Dude, Oregon State hasn't lost in a while. Oregon State's good at it right now.
I'm telling you right now, I will be taking Oregon State.
Over Loyola?
Yep.
Yeah. I
like everything about Oregon State.
Yeah, that 12 seed's gonna sneak in. Mm-hmm. I'm with it. Dude, they're good at it. Sister Jean, you only get one prayer game.
Yeah.
The magic runs out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be fading you guys.
I'm over Sister Jean.
Here we go. Here's a poison. Poison. Well, she's gonna.
I like Loyola.
Come on,
I told you guys. I like Loyola.
Why?
Because they're
Gryffindor.
underseeded. Gryffindor, yeah. They got the colors.
They do.
And they're whoever the student section trying to dance and do the little over.
So we're going Jersey and Mojo is basically it.
Yeah, and
Nothing
so
else?
Gene.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the better team and the hotter team.
I don't know if you can say that they're hot. They're more hot or better.
Guess we'll find out.
I guess we will find out.
Is there a spread out
Loyola.
on that game yet?
I'm looking to look now.
Sister
Loyola,
Jean probably accounts for 1 point.
ESPN Bracket Power Index. Loyola 80.1% chance to win. They are a 6.5. They are a 6.5 point favorite at minus 280 on the money line.
Yeah, I guess they are probably the hotter and better team, Loyola. But we're gonna.
They're 26-4.
Sounds like what day is this being played?
Oregon
tomorrow?
State 19-12 on the year.
That's not getting played till next weekend. This is what you don't realize here, Woody. We're about to have a lull. We've been betting on games since 12 hours straight. Things are about to change.
Well, Friday night dog, Saturday night dog.
I don't know. Loyola scores more points, plays better defense, shoots a higher field goal percentage, more steals, less turnovers.
All signs point to Oregon State. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Beavers.
Yep.
Do you know they used to have a kid on their team called Tress Tinkle? That's his name.
Ooh.
Oregon State?
Yep.
What was the guy from Illinois? What was his name? Kofi Cockburn.
Yeah.
That's an all-timer.
All-time name, man.
All right. Anything else here? Syracuse kind of showing up.
Zone.
Houston, what'd I tell you? Free throw shooting matters, man. That team all of a sudden can turn on their D and then they don't miss a effing free throw. And they just – I think they went on like a 16-0 run to beat Rutgers or something like that. The zone, man. You let the 2-3 zone into the tournament, and this is what happens.
That'll get you.
They might beat Syracuse. That literally might be a 12 versus 11 in the Elite Eight.
I'm down for it. Anything else? March Madness?
So we're all on the board. Gonzaga's winning it all?
Yeah,
yes.
They're really good.
Sure.
They're really good. They were just playing with I don't even remember who they were playing today. Oklahoma. They were just playing with them and then just took off in the first half. And managed to cover. So that's good.
USC up 10 late in the first half over Kansas.
I had the Jayhawks.
Another one. You called that one Sloth too. It's not over yet, but you had USC, right?
Did I?
You had UCLA and USC, I thought.
In what?
Today.
I probably didn't bet on USC because I took Kansas money line.
Yikes. Okay. Thought you put that in the chat. Okay. Moving on.
I don't think I did USC. I didn't know that. I forgot USC was in that tournament, so I don't think it was me.
All right, we will shift gears. NFL free agency. Apologies if we've already talked about some of these dudes. There's just been so many. Andy Dalton, we'll start with him. Red Rocket signs with the Chicago Bears. Exit Mitchell Trubisky, signed with the Bills. Bring in the Red Rocket. Apparently he's already been announced as the starter. So F in the chat. Allen Robinson.
Fools.
Sorry. And I don't know. Apparently the odds for the Bears to win the Super Bowl decreased after they signed Andy Dalton.
This organization is great at finding guys that are all around the same peak. The peak is a 4-game streak. And the downfall is a 10-game losing streak. I don't get it. I don't get their obsession with these. I don't know. Maybe the Bears think they're doing a good job, but they aren't. So, Khalil Mack, I'd be pissed off.
Oh my God.
I mean, the Raiders look like they got a brighter future than the Bears.
I feel bad for Bears fans.
I guess. Have you seen the stat where the Bears haven't had a 4,000-yard passer or a 30-yard or a 30 touchdown passer in a season ever in the history of the Bears organization.
Yeah,
Really?
They just don't know a quarterback.
They're the only team ever not to have a 4,000-yard passer and a 30 touchdown season.
Well,
That's absurd.
Nagy and Pace are gone mid-season.
But that just shows you the ineptitude of the Bears organization. What are they doing? So, okay. I think we can all agree that Mitchell Trubisky, maybe he's not it. But is Andy Dalton an upgrade? Is Nick Foles an upgrade? Like, why are you giving up on a young 20-ish guy who is not even worse than the guy you're replacing him with, who's an old veteran? What are we doing? It doesn't make
if you went to any
sense.
random month, you could say, is this guy better or worse? And just throw the name on the dartboard and it wouldn't matter. Is Andy Dalton better than Nick Foles? No, but in October, is Andy Dalton better than Nick Foles? Yes. You know what I mean?
Is Nick Foles better in December? Probably, yeah.
It's just crazy. All the same shit. They should just put a different quarterback out there each month. Just find a month that each quarterback's good in. And just be like, all right, Nick, you'll be our December, January. And then Mitch, you can have November. You seem to get it together around then. And Andy, you can take September and October. They should have kept Mitch, but now he went to Buffalo, right?
Yep.
To be a backup.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, yeah, I don't know. It just, I don't know, guys. It just doesn't make any sense. I just feel like we could run a team better than this.
Yeah, I would agree with that one. Tyrod Taylor signed a 1-year deal with the Texans. Obviously, there's been a lot of accusations around Deshaun, so who knows? We'll see.
He'll probably start.
There's a chance he could be the starter for the Texans. Other quarterbacks, Tim Boyle, didn't know he was still in the league, signed a 1-year deal with the Lions. Running backs, Aaron Jones, who I didn't think was going to return, did. Same with Chris Carson. They both re-signed with their respective teams. So I don't know what you guys make of that, but I thought Chris Carson was going to be a Miami Dolphin. So,
I mean, it makes sense for Chris Carson to stay in Seattle if all they're going to do is run the ball.
Yeah.
I don't understand the Aaron Jones thing. I mean, they drafted A.J. Dillon in the second round, and they could have signed Jamal Williams to a 2-year, $7 million deal. Instead, they paid Aaron Jones $12 million a year. And I don't know, is it that much of an upgrade from A.J. Dillon and Jamal Williams to Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon? I don't know if it's, $48 million deal. I don't know.
You could save some money and could have maybe kept your center.
Or maybe signed another receiver.
Yeah. If they don't get another receiver, there's going to be issues. Kenyon Drake re-signs Tex with the Raiders. So fantasy owners, which this has been the theme of free agency, basically.
Disgusting.
If there's like fantasy viable starters, they've been there's just another one waiting. So it's like the Jonnu Smith, Hunter Henry is the biggest one probably. I don't even know if how you go about that. Like the tight end pool for fantasy was small enough to begin with. Now
smaller.
2 of the top 10 guys are
Irv Smith catapulting to the top 10.
Well, I don't wait. Can I say I don't hate the Patriots 2 tight end thing? Do you guys hate it? Like, you guys
for fantasy, I hate it, but if Cam Newton's your quarterback, if Cam Newton's your quarterback, I mean, why not? They just have a ton of money locked in.
I think it makes sense for them completely to run 2 tight end sets, have 2 big effing dudes. You're going to run read options and power formations where you're going to run the ball or play action it with Cam, and he's either going to keep it or you're going to make short little passes where he doesn't hurt his shoulder and just dump it off to these tight ends, because Jonnu is apparently the number 1 rack tight end or some shit like that. So I'm all in for. I think they're gonna be real good with it. And if Nelson can catch over the top when they do throw deep,
that's a big if, boy.
It's a big if, boy. But
I mean, maybe. I don't hate the 2 tight end set for the Patriots specifically, but like I think they'll succeed with it, but for everything else involved, maybe besides Cam Newton, it's despicable. Like Jonnu Smith, Hunter Henry they're undraftable in my opinion.
For fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
maybe you could take a flyer on Jonnu Smith because he's so athletic.
Wait, so when the Patriots had Gronk and Hernandez, did we not touch either of them?
You're really comparing that?
I mean, if you're talking about two dominant tight ends, are these not two dominant tight ends?
No.
I would say that they're not two dominant tight ends.
No, they're not the greatest tight end in the history of football and not the greatest quarterback in the history of football.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's what I said. Yeah, that's what I said. I said, are these two like great tight ends, right? As in right now, like in the league, are these not two top 10 tight ends?
They are.
Talent-wise, yeah.
Why can't they have the same type of?
Because
I'm not going to say they're going to go off with the sense of set NFL records, but they could definitely very well be pretty damn productive, especially if they're going to be all the red zone threats, everything. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't say that they're completely useless and undraftable, especially with the tight ends that are in the market.
I ain't touching them.
I probably won't either. If you draft one, you should just grab both, throw one in the flex and one in tight end. And
if one gets hurt, it's good handcuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, Hunter Henry has a history. So
yeah, Jonnu was banged up all last year.
Yeah, he was banged up too. So I mean, from that perspective, then maybe you could take a late round flyer, but I don't think these are guys you should be targeting.
I just live bet Kansas plus 10.5 first half, and they went on the other team went on a 9-0 run. So that felt good.
Yeah.
James Conner still available.
Live losses
in a row.
No, it's just said live losses.
Oh yeah, there's not much more deflating when you hit like submit and accept, and then it's just like
9-0 run.
3. Yeah. Kenyon Drake to the Raiders. Philip Lindsay just decided let's go to the Texans, which I feel like he's in his prime right now. He signed a 1-year, $3.2 million deal. Maybe it's a prove it type thing, You would think
the Texans are doing exactly what the Bears should do at quarterback. The Texans are just going to have one running back healthy each month, and then the other ones are just going to get hurt around them. They got David Johnson, Philip Lindsay, and who else? And Mark Ingram.
Mark Ingram.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. So Philip Lindsay will have a broken wrist by mid-October. Mark Ingram will have a torn hamstring by the end of November.
David Johnson will have a concussion in week 1.
Yep. And but he'll be back around week 15. Congrats, Texans. It's going to work out great for you.
Yeah.
But this is what the Bears should be doing. Try to sign a bunch of guys to think like you're trying, but you're just like tanking for the number 1 pick.
Yeah. Well, the Texans are putting the blueprint out right now.
If Deshaun, big contingent on Deshaun.
Yeah.
Well, all they have to do is trade Deshaun, and they'll have the number 1 pick, or at least be in the top 5 picks, and then they'll have the number 1, another top pick next year, and then they'll tank and get the number 1 pick. So simple, right? Just trade.
Too simple.
Too simple.
Carlos Hyde goes to the Jags. Whatever, I guess. I think James Robinson's still clear cut number 1. I don't think
the Jags have been signing a couple people. Do we think people are going down there to actually play, or is it vacation city?
It seems
Urban,
that way.
Bring him in.
He's probably telling them, hey, we'll have Trevor Lawrence. He's gonna be awesome, and come play.
I think the Jags could be
feisty.
Maybe a little feisty, yeah.
It's the AFC
Bengals?
South.
Next year's Bengals, where they're just in games, not necessarily winning them.
Sloth's favorite division.
I think. I don't know. I guess the Colts are, I'd have to say that the clear-cut favorite right now because I don't know what Tennessee's doing. They have nobody to throw the ball to besides A.J. Brown, literally. But, yeah, I think the Jags might sneak in, maybe get 8-9 wins, be competitive.
Yeah, they signed a ton of people. So did the Giants, which we'll get to in a bit. We are entering fullback. We don't need to talk about fullback. Kyle Juszczyk signed with the 49ers, re-signed. But
thank God.
He's beast, though. He's beast. Kenny Golladay signed with the Giants. There we go. Kenny Golladay signed with the Giants, 4-year deal, and one of the many moves the Giants have made. I didn't want him, but
really good for the Giants. They needed a legitimate outside threat because Darius Slayton is like a fine speedster down the field, and Sterling Shepard just cannot play anywhere besides the slot. So this is what the Giants needed. Now they have Evan Ingram too. I don't know if they might. I don't know, somebody who's not worth mentioning.
They also
Evan Ingram, they might get rid of him. I don't know if they're trying to trade him. Maybe they'll trade up in the draft. I don't know what their plan is with him because it doesn't seem like he can stay on the field, but we'll see. So this is all on good old Danny Dimes. If he can get the job done, if he can't, they're got to move on. This is what the Bears should have done. Give Trubisky every opportunity to succeed by getting guys around him who are pretty good. If Saquon can come back healthy, they have legitimate weapons on the outside to throw the ball to, a decent offensive line. So there's really no excuse besides quarterback play.
We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, it just feels good to watch other teams in the division really get better around us. I mean, just confirming everything that I know what's going to happen next year. That I think eventually Scout is realizing day by day that this is going to be a terrible year of football upcoming.
I still don't think the Eagles are going to be terrible, but with the moves that the division is making, they might be the worst team in the division now.
There it is. Said.
I mean, if they're not making any moves, Washington's making moves, Giants are making a ton of moves, and Dallas is getting healthy. So I don't know how there's much hope for the Eagles to catapult this division now after seeing what the other teams are doing.
Yeah. Juju re-signed with the Steelers.
Yuck.
Didn't see that. I don't know. I thought all signs would point that he's going anywhere but Pittsburgh. He's back. Corey Davis to the Jets. Curtis Samuel to Washington alongside Terry McLaurin. Fitz is just going to drop back, launch it deep. One of those two will be under there to catch it. Antonio
Gibson, Logan Thomas.
Chase Young.
Weapons.
Really good defense.
Yeah. FedEx Field.
The ACL graveyard.
Yeah. Yep. Will Fuller signs 1 year with Miami. Be suspended the first game, but hopefully his stats last year weren't based solely around his performance-enhancing drugs. But good deep shot for the Dolphins and Tua if he can get it there. We'll see. I don't know. I was hoping we landed Juju. So got to go receiver in the draft.
So who you still want Smith or you want Chase?
So Devontae Smith put out his official weight today, I think.
170, right?
170. I'll take my chances with Jamar Chase. It's just
that's worst case scenario for the Eagles. But yeah, I think Chase is basically a can't miss prospect at this point.
Yeah. So
is there any team you think got significantly better, significantly worse, surprise?
From free agency?
Yeah.
I think Washington did a great job, and I think the Giants did a great job.
They got Adoree Jackson.
That was today, right? They got Adoree Jackson.
So now they have James Bradbury and Adoree Jackson. So they straightened up that defense. Didn't they sign Leonard Williams too, or Leonard?
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, they're making moves all over the place.
And I think the Bucks did everything they needed. They brought back all their dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing flashy, but they said they were going to do it, and they actually did it. Vontae David's back. Shaquille Barrett. Gronk is back for whatever. I mean, he gets it done when it matters, and he blocks well. AB's still a free agent. So, I don't know.
Do we think anybody gives him a shot?
AB?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. But it won't. If it's not with Brady, it's not going to. It might not be good for, AJ Green signed with the Cardinals.
Yuck.
Gross. I think one of the better signings was Emmanuel Sanders to the Bills. I think that's going to be a really good combination for Joshy.
Yeah, he's a better Cole than Cole Beasley.
Yeah, totally.
If he's going to
totally
be in
agree.
that type of role where he's running underneath stuff.
Yeah. Deshaun Jackson 1 year with the Rams. I think that's a great move as well. If he can stay healthy.
Yeah, he can. Don't worry. It's a good 3-game contract. It's a good one.
You might get 10 plays.
Yeah. He'll look really good in that uniform though.
He'll catch a touchdown the first week.
Yeah. And then he'll get hurt sprinting down the field.
Mm-hmm.
Kansas plus 15.5, do we think?
You're chasing.
The live money thing, it doesn't go well.
Maybe not for
Plus
you.
10, plus 12, plus 15. You're going to lose them all.
The most important part of this episode, Kyle Rudolph signed a 2-year, $12 million deal. Scout's boy. Scout said on a previous episode that there are 32 tight ends better than Mr. Kyle Rudolph.
Yes.
Come equipped with a list.
I have.
The floor is yours.
Okay. So please stop me on any guys that you think aren't better than Kyle Rudolph. Okay. And I want to preference this by saying these are Kyle Rudolph's last 2 years. He had 367 yards in 2019 with 6 touchdowns. Preference. What did I say?
Here we go. We're going to get deep into the numbers. I got it.
And then last year he had 334 yards and 1 touchdown. 16 games, and then he got a 2-year, $12 million deal. So that's, those are facts.
Is he a wide receiver or tight end?
He's tight end.
Okay, just want to make sure.
I'm confused. Well, isn't that obvious?
Tight ends just do a little bit more than pass catching, so it's not all stats, not all measurable like that, but it's cool. It's cool.
Okay, just putting that out there. Yeah, he can block. It's good.
Okay, that's big thing.
It is.
Go ahead. Let's start.
So Kelsey, Kittle, Waller, Andrews, Jonnu, Goddard, Ertz, Tunyon, Hawkinson, Fant. Any quarrels about those guys?
Hawkinson?
TJ Hawkinson and the Lions.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Good?
I'm
Cool?
fine.
Nothing?
Fine.
All right. Gesicki, Austin Hooper, Tyler Higbee, Logan Thomas, Gerald Everett, Hayden Hurst, Hunter Henry.
You have Hunter, you're pretty low because we're getting, I don't know, Hunter, I think is a little bit higher than what you have.
This really isn't in any particular order.
Wow. Okay. There's some I would disagree a little bit.
Njoku. That's 20.
Okay.
Those are 20 tight ends. Any quarrels?
No quarrels.
Sloth?
A couple, but
Who you got for
Go before Hunter Henry, like the 4 before him.
Njoku, Hayden Hurst, Gerald Everett, Tyler Higbee.
Gerald Everett. I'm not a big fan.
Okay. Well, he's gonna have a really good year in Seattle this year. So
We'll see.
that's the number 1 tight end, not a backup. Jared Cook. Great.
Go ahead. I'm stopping you there. He's better than Jared Cook.
Oh, you're clear? Better than Jared Cook?
Better than Jared Cook.
Okay. Evan Ingram, Cole Kmet, Irv Smith, Gronk.
Cole Kmet could be pretty good. Evan Ingram can't catch for shit, so that's Evan Ingram's a potential good. I feel like people grade him on his potential, but I don't think Evan Ingram's that good. I think Kyle Rudolph is more reliable than Evan Ingram. Kyle Rudolph makes that catch to beat the Eagles.
I don't know if he does. I don't know if he gets open enough to make the catch. Ian Thomas, Dustin Schultz, OJ Howard, Anthony Ferkser, Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
Blake Jarwin, Dustin Knox.
I don't know who Dustin Knox is.
This man was reaching.
Jordan Akins.
I don't know who that is either.
DJ Uzma.
You were
Cameron
Googling
Brate.
tight ends? Yeah.
And Jordan Reed.
Yeah, the whole
Jordan Reed?
Jordan Reed.
Jordan Reed. You get 3 games out of Jordan Reed before he gets his 24th concussion. Get out of here.
So I'll admit, so that was 40 tight ends that I listed. So I have Kyle Rudolph with Nick Boyle, who just signed a 2-year, $13 million deal with the Ravens. That's where he's at. He's a blocking tight end. That's it.
That's fine. That's useful. That was very useful on the team that he was on, given that all they did was run with Dalvin Cook.
Well, that's debatable.
I mean, there was multiple games where Kirk Cousins threw like less than 15 passes.
And he still had a 1,400-yard receiver.
Yeah, a lot of rack.
Okay. So, yeah, not a starting tight end.
Well, all right. He will be second behind Evan Ingram this year.
Maybe not starting a tight end, but a top 32 tight end.
Doesn't that mean you're not a starter?
Not necessarily. You named Ertz and Goddard.
Yeah, they're not on the same team anymore. Well, soon.
Still are. But you were telling me last year that Ertz and Goddard were the top 32 tight ends.
No, they were.
Okay, so let's not act like what I.
No, I'm saying he's not a starting number 1 tight end. If he's your starting tight end, your tight ends suck.
All right.
Okay.
Big Country.
Big Country
is his nickname, which we learned today.
His best season, he had 1 season over 600 yards receiving.
He was targeted 132 times in that season.
He was targeted 132 times in that season and had 800 yards. Not that good. Big Country. He can block. Good for him.
Hey, that's what a tight end. You need a blocking tight end. They're important.
It's good number 2.
Any other notable free agents?
Keanu Neal
Yes.
to the Cowboys after they got Dan Quinn as their defensive coordinator.
Reunited?
I think that could be a good addition for them. The Eagles seem to be the only team in the whole NFL who aren't signing anyone.
Yeah.
Literally not one person.
I
We
see
had
you
to release
signed
everybody.
Anthony
Everybody's
Harris.
getting released.
Safety.
No, we signed 2 safeties. We signed somebody else too.
You signed Anthony Harris, and you signed Andrew Adams. 1 year, $1 million. So.
Oh wow, he's going to contribute so much.
Your defense,
1 year, $1 million. Can't
Yes.
wait for that guy to never see the field.
So I don't know. Matthew Judon to the Patriots is scary. Kyle Van Noy coming back to the Patriots after the Dolphins were just like, Kyle Van Noy is going to be out for blood, and I'm scared of the Patriots defense. Half their defense opted out last year, so Hightower will be back. Gilmore's good to go. Will be good to go. So Josh Norman, AJ Bouye still available.
Pats are back.
Richard Sherman still available. The Pats, they are.
If the Eagles don't get a veteran cornerback, I'm going to be pissed off.
Who do you want? You want Malcolm Butler? You want Casey?
Bouye
Hayward?
would be great.
Why though?
What do you mean why?
Bouye.
Because we have no second corner
Yeah, I would rather just draft a corner. I don't think there's any point
over a
picking-
receiver.
No, I mean, just in the draft in general, just draft corners. Just
No,
draft a
that's
corner.
fair,
Doesn't
but
have
I
to-
don't.
doesn't
I
have to
don't
be
think
over
we
wide
can get.
receiver.
I don't think we can get a starting corner in the second round that's going to start day one.
All I'm saying is, I would rather them not spend more money on the cap on a
What's
end
a
of the
1
end of the
year,
road.
$6 million veteran? What's wrong? I don't understand. You can't do
Well,
that.
like 1 year maybe, but not if these
Yeah,
guys
that's what I
don't want
mean.
1 year. If they want 3 years, it's gonna cost you some.
Well, because
you might be
there
able to
was
get Sherman on 1 year, but Richard Sherman's not going to come to a. But they're not going to come to a team.
I believe
that's
three corners who got 1-year deals who I would love on the Eagles, and they were cheap, under 9. Kyle Fuller, who was the best one, got $9.5 million.
I mean, I said all I know is
Xavier
Eagles have-
Rhodes got a $6.5 million for 1 year. Like, we could have got him. Jason Verrett got $5.5 million. Janoris Jenkins got a $1 million or got a 1-year deal. Trufant got a 1-year deal. Like, I don't know.
We don't have any money.
No, I don't know why we can't make this work.
Well, we had to spend the whole weekend trying to get under the cap. That's why.
Yeah. It's just frustrating. Darquez Denard. Buster Screen. Like, these guys you can get fucking super cheap. Just go get one.
Anything else free agency wise?
Best month of the year, right?
Yeah, there's a lot going on. NBA is heating up, if you care about that.
Did you hear about
LeBron's hurt.
Timeout. Backing up a little bit.
Yeah.
Draft. Did you hear about the draft? What they're going to have at the Brown Stadium
Let's hear it.
this year? Apparently, they're going to have a full live, in-person, large crowds, and you're going to be able to go onto the field and try to kick a field goal.
Because they just re-signed Cody Parkey to a 1-year deal, and they know they're going to need someone. That's cool.
I like that. That'll get people going there.
Fans get to do it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
No, they make each draft pick do it. That'd be funny.
I was going to say.
All right, Trevor Lawrence, get out there, buddy.
Yep.
Let's show us how human you are.
Yeah, we don't need to do the whole Goodell in the basement again. That was just weird.
Yeah, I don't ever want to go to Goodell's house. That was weird.
Yeah, that we don't need to ever do that again. But okay. I sent the bachelor party invite has been sent to the recipients. I sent out some, just, a general list of some ideas, real loose.
Some parameters.
Yeah, just some ideas. So location, we got 4. Got Nashville, Hawaii, which is probably Hawaii was just like, fuck it, I'm just going to put it on there. Sounds fun. Miami, and then Phoenix/Scottsdale in Arizona. I feel like we gotta, the days, you gotta have the right amount of days, right? Because if it's too long, it's not gonna be good on day 5, because you
thinking like a Thursday to Sunday.
Yeah, I feel like something like that would be good. And then I feel like I'm just literally going down the list. Like a central meeting spot, that's big enough to do stuff, whether it's pregame or whatever, where we don't have to deal with noise complaints, things like that. Because we've done that before.
At 5 p.m.
At 5 p.m. getting noise complaints for talking. There'll be none of that.
Philly.
That was all time loser neighbor. Just don't want that to happen again. Got to be some gambling going on at some sort of capacity. Feel like we could do a club maybe one night. I prefer bars way more than usually, especially clubs in like Miami are probably so expensive for what, so, but maybe have one night there. I feel like drinking in the sun, day drinking is a must. It's always better. Even we did that a little Saturday, right? Was it Saturday?
Mm-hmm.
It's good times. So, and then I really don't want to do this at all. Don't need to do Top Golf, any of that. I'm just not good at golf. So I don't want to do something I'm really bad at. That would not be fun for me. I feel like the strippers/strip club thing is way overrated. Waste of money.
Jay's going to be disappointed.
Yeah, and then Flying Spirit or Frontier. I'm not doing that. I just did it. I'm not doing it again. I've decided. So that's what I got. We'll see what. Just here you go. So, good luck, guys.
Any ideas? Hit us up on Twitter, DM.
Some experience would be
comment.
helpful. Yeah, because I don't know, never done it before, So, you got anything? Good to go?
I think we're good to go.
Yeah. All right. Be back next week. What'll be It'll be Sweet 16.
Yeah.
At that point. So
3, 4, whatever it is.
Yeah, be wrapping that up. Have a little Warzone update probably by then. Sloth and
we got to say our teams.
Oh yeah, we did the live draft. There was a controversy between who gets 4th and 5th, which is huge because there's 8 total dudes. Top 4 get the draft. So 4th is essentially locked in with whoever number 8 is. Max, as number 1 pick, took Dave, who got the 5th after a rock, paper, scissors victory for Scout.
Talked out of it throughout the night.
Yeah. You guys really should have done some sort of event. I like the gulag idea a lot. That would have been fun. Who was second? PK took myself. I hope he's still hot.
Yikes. Better cool down.
Yeah,
Thumbs got warm. Thumbs have gotten cold.
No
We
more
haven't
COVID.
played in a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, no more. Doesn't have the virus in them.
And then third, Jay took Sloth. You guys had a good first.
Out of nowhere.
First game.
First
series.
Good first series. We played well, but it was a surprising pick. I did not go into that night thinking that I had any chance to be with Jay. So, and we have never played together, so it's a very bold pick. And
Really?
yeah,
That's
we had to
surprising.
come up with a name. So it was, it's. I don't know. It's like, you go on a draft night and you met with 3 teams,
Mhm.
and then a team you never heard from calls you and
You
says,
picked
"We want
Jalen
you."
Rager.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, all right, we're doing this. Hey, and so far it's working out. So we'll see.
And last but not least,
Eat your
Scout.
heart out, Kyle or Woody and PK.
Who's
Last but not least, Scout is with Toph.
I would have picked him first overall. Couldn't be more thrilled to have Toph on the team. Gonna be an easy run to the finals. Can't wait.
All right, there you have it. We'll have something good done by next week. Although I don't know if Scout and Toph will ever play. We'll see.
Wednesday night.
We'll see.
Be there.
Yep. And I bought a Switch today. So
Welcome.
yeah,
Impulse
we'll
buy.
see how that goes. All right.
Bought
You got
it
anything
for
else?
The one time he goes on the flight by himself once a year.
I like Mario Kart. I don't know. We'll be back next week, recapping March Madness some more. Sure, we'll have some more stuff about NFL. And again, subscribe, like, comment everywhere. Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Comments on YouTube help. Do that. Not just the bots that want us to buy followers and stuff. So, all right, we'll be back next week. Later, haters.
Deuces.